Okay, the march through the Catholic institutions is nothing new. Actually, I can point to 1962 was when the first bulkhead was or breachhead was made. It was made in America, well before Francis. So, of course, everybody knows this guy, John D. Rockefeller Sr. He ended up making the Rockefeller Foundation, inculcating it with tremendous amount of money, the equivalent of trillions of dollars today. And it was able to shape U.S. and foreign policy in a big way. He also created his own religion right after World War I to try to make a universalist religion. The Catholics were the biggest voting bloc against his abortion and sexual promiscuity plans. So what he did was he went to Notre Dame and he talked to that guy, Father Theodore Hegsberg, who is a bastard, and he said, hey, I want you to host Planned Parenthood here in University of Notre Dame. Well, on that day, the Fighting Irish were not fighting. They said, yeah, sure, whatever. And that began the legitimization process. So after that, all the Catholic universities began to say, hey, Planned Parenthood, not so bad. All the stuff is not so bad. The year later, he wrote against the Pope. Right after that, he gets his position on the board of Chase Bank. So the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the Congressional Gold Medal by Bill Clinton, who also, by the way, was given his Vietnam draft deferment by the Rockefeller Foundation. And if you remember back when Ford, when he got this era, actually with Nixon and Ford, who was the vice president? Was Nelson Rockefeller, his grandson. So most of this actually works into the Rockefeller network with clear lines of funding, clear lines of bribery and position. Like how do you as a friar get 150 honorary degrees, the most of any human being in history, more than Stephen Hawking, Albert Einstein, you name it. This guy had 150 of them. And he gets a board position at Chase Bank. So somehow being the president of Notre Dame gets you a seat on the board of Chase Bank, owned by these guys, as well as all of this. So that's the guy right there. He's before Pope Francis. That begins the long march through the institutions. And it was because they were against this new religion.